Hello, everyone. Thank you for visiting here my channel. Today, I'll be talking to you about how I had to get lonely enough to meet myself. That's right. It was a 2.5 year journey, and it was challenging, complicated, difficult. If you've been lonely for a long time, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're lonely, you can definitely relate at the present moment. I'll be talking to you today about how loneliness felt as a child in a full house of 6 children and my mom, how coming from a different father than my other siblings really kept me lonely, how poverty affected my loneliness as well, how I isolated myself as a child because of feeling lonely, and loneliness, my teacher, and how it has shown me something completely different about myself I would have never learned if I would not have come out of loneliness. Okay, here we go. So there were 7 people in the house. That would include my mom, 6 siblings and my mom. A lot of chaos going on, and all these great things that went on as a child. Nonetheless, I still felt lonely because I was not of the same father. I was reminded of it. My name was called Blackie. That was my name as a kid. And I was made fun of because obviously I had the darker skin than everybody else. So that was very challenging for me. Another thing is being from a different father made me feel so different. I didn't feel accepted. I didn't feel valued. I didn't feel loved. And that really affected me as we go forward in my relationships. Poverty didn't help. I couldn't get the clothes I wanted or things I wanted to do. If I wanted to get to the YMCA, it was too far away, and we couldn't afford transportation. So that was very challenging. So I didn't really get to meet many people, make much friends. So that really kept me in a lonely state of mind. As a child, I also learned how to disappear, just disappear and be alone. And I always wonder why, as a child, why, even as an adult, why was I always lonely? I didn't have many friends, even as an adult. But I realized it was something from childhood that carried on into my adulthood. And let me tell you also how it affected my relationships. Being alone isolates you. I isolated my emotions, my thoughts, my feelings. I wasn't expressive enough. Or if I got that feeling that I was feeling lonely again, even with my spouse being there, I pulled away. And obviously that affected the relationship because I wasn't able to express that. I wasn't able to relate. I wasn't able to share how I really felt about this loneliness thing. And I didn't know how to handle it. And of course, the silence and the difference became my first teacher. Loneliness became a powerful teacher. I've learned so much about myself in the midst of that loneliness. I learned how to love myself, to be true to myself, and not to be a people pleaser because I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to have them accept me so I wouldn't feel so lonely. Excellent, excellent. And what loneliness is really doing, what was it doing for me? It wasn't punishing me, and it's not punishing you. It's preparing you for something better, and it forces you to stop looking outside and look on the inside. So if you are lonely now, take time to observe yourself. How are you feeling? What are you thinking about? Sometimes even look at your body. Have you taken time and just stop and look at yourself and observe what's around you? Because once we start taking note of ourselves and how we're feeling and how we're thinking and why we do what we do, you get to know a little bit about yourself that you didn't know before. So let's move on here. The only way out is through yourself. You can use whatever methods you want to use. Obviously, therapy is a great help. But if you're just getting dressed, looking pretty, put on your makeup, fancy car, fancy house, and all these things, loneliness is always going to be there because you never dealt with it. It could be something that happened to you from the past. It could happen to me, and it's still lingering there. It's important that those issues become addressed. If I have, if I have never gotten lonely, I will have never have met myself. That lonely, that time alone, being by myself was so challenging. I made it through by the grace of God. That scripture says, although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, thy staff and thy rod is with me. He was with me. He never left me. He never will. He'll never leave you and never will. never will leave you. Never, 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 never. Okay, let's move on here. Knowing yourself is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It was important that I get to know myself, to be able to have the courage, to have the confidence to stand here in front of you right now, or sit here right in front of you and chat with you and talk with you and let you know about my loneliness. I am not perfect, as you can see. If you're good at picking up different things, you will pick up that I am not perfect. I don't plan to be perfect, and I am not projecting that at this point or ever. Okay, you cannot love others from your heart, from a heart of compassion, until you know how to love yourself and have compassion for you. I didn't have compassion for myself. I didn't love myself. I didn't feel worthy of loving myself because I felt lonely. So maybe I wasn't that worthy to be loved. But I learned that I had to love myself. I was chasing love outside of me, and that was a wrong thing for me to do. My loneliness as a child was preparing me for my purpose as a man, and I didn't know it till now. This is why I'm here sharing with you. My years of experience at 64 years old, I am waking up to the fact that loneliness was my teacher, and I was treating it as my enemy. If you're sitting alone right now by yourself and loneliness is upon you, remember, loneliness is not your enemy. It's an invitation for you to stop, to get to know yourself. You are not different because something is wrong with you. Absolutely not. There is nothing wrong with you. It is just a moment in your life that you're experiencing that if you take enough time, you will get through this. You are different because something special was placed inside of you. I knew there was something different about me. I knew it, and I'm glad that I hung on to that and I didn't give it up. You are special. There's something powerful in you. Do not surrender it. Do not give in. Pull through. You will come out. You got help along the way. God is a helper, and there's other resources you can use. And I will put one on the bottom at the closing of this video. What you find when you look inward will change everything about you. Boy, but I discovered some things about me that were amazing. I never knew. Wow. I mean, wow. So, yes, continue to move forward, continue to stay focused, and you will find yourself doing some great things. I used to think loneliness I was going to stay there for the rest of my life. I'm glad I didn't. Here are some things that I did to help me get alone. I sat quietly instead of running through YouTube videos and all this other stuff consistently, although I did, and some of them did help because I did research on those areas. It helped me out. Meditation. I would take time to meditate, just to be quiet, no music, nothing. Go in my car, park somewhere alone, and it really, really helped. I went on to nature. Nature was a big one for me. That was a plus. It was great. And let me tell you, the last one, there are many more, but I'm going to give you the last one. I talk to myself honestly in the mirror. So I would sit on the opposite side of where I'm sitting now, look into this mirror, look into my eyes, and have a conversation with myself. I would also do videos. I would look into videos, record myself, and I would talk to myself. I had a conversation with myself. I cried and watched myself cry. And then I would go back and review those videos, and they were a blessing. I saw myself like I never seen myself before. So I encourage you. I will put a link on the bottom so you can watch this particular video. Bless me, open up my heart, and gave me a better view of where I was at, and help me get to the point that I am here. Take care. God bless you. Please subscribe. Let me know what you think. Give me your comments. If you're feeling lonely now, share it. You know, there's no condemnation. There's no judgment here. You're human. Everybody goes through it, and that's part of life. Thank you so much. Love you, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye-bye.